The much awaited sequel of Drishyam is finally released on Amazon Prime. As we always have bitter experiences with sequels, believe me when I say this movie is on the next level. Jeethu Joseph, who is the director as well as the scriptwriter for this movie, has again amazed us all with his brilliant work. Now, before I start the video, I must tell you guys that if you haven't watched the original Drishyam Part 1 movie, by original Drishyam I am referring to the original Malayalam movie and not the Tamil or the Hindi remake, you must first go and watch the first part before you watch this review or the Drishyam Part 2, because otherwise you might not be able to understand the plot or connect the dots what the director has brilliantly laid out. As most of you guys still have not watched the movie, I'm not going to give away the story here, but I'll touch upon some interesting facts and points which I liked in the movie. The movie is set 6 years after the events what has happened in George Kutty's life. By the way, George Kutty is the name of the main character of the film, which is starred by Mohanlal, whom we call with love our Laletan. The movie starts from the exact point where it was left 6 years ago and depicts all the changes that the family had to go through due to the past events and how they have evolved over time. Another good thing about the movie is that Jeethu Joseph has managed to keep the original cast of Drishyam intact. Almost 90% of the cast are same in Drishyam 2 also, keeping the zest and the emotions of the movie intact. To be frank, the first part of the movie is little bit sloggy with the actual family drama taking place. George Kutty's character, who has always been portrayed as a protective man for his family, nothing has changed in Drishyam Part 2. All his actions and intentions are to protect his family from the outside evil. Though George Kutty is the actual criminal in the story, his character is weaved in such a way that we always empathize for him and we always want him to win. But at the end, it is ourselves to decide, was George Kutty's victory worth the effort? And it also addresses the question, do we pay for our actions or not? His wife, whose character is played by Meena, is like any other next door village girl who is as innocent as anything and does not understand the cruelty of the outside world, who is always worried for her husband and her children's bright future. The children too have their share of hardships to go through, where we can see that the younger daughter has accepted and overcome those and accepted the reality, whereas the elder one still seems to struggle with her past events. As I said, the first part is a bit slow. It is towards the second part that the story actually takes a sharp turn of events, and that was exactly what you were waiting for as a family thriller. It's a 2.5-hour movie, and trust me when I say you will be glued to your seat hoping what is coming next, thanks to the excellent direction and of course the brilliant script. Can you get away with a murder? Well, it is towards the second part that this question is actually getting addressed. There come certain events towards the second part where you feel that, okay, George Kutty will now pay for all his action, and the story has actually come to an end where George Kutty and his family will be finally paying price for what they have done. But no, wait, there comes the twist, and again there comes the twist, and again and again. Well, it's a totally unpredictable movie, and I know I am repeating it again and again, but yes, it is a brilliant director's movie. Well, it is just not a director's movie, a strong storyline too. The storyline of this movie has been weaved in such a way that it answers all the questions that's been popped up in your head while you watch the movie, leaving all the dots attended. Now, this movie deserved a theatre release, and I'm sure that it would have been a mega hit. But thanks to COVID-19, it was released on OTT platform. But because of that, again, lots of family audience were able to watch this movie who would have otherwise restrained themselves visiting theatres to watch this. This movie ends in a similar way where the first movie was ended, giving both the parties some relief and hope through the events. So as the first part ended with George Kuti giving some relief to the family, stating about what happened to their son, in the second part too, George Kuti delivers something to the boys' family what they had asked for in the beginning of the movie. The twist doesn't end there. The second part of the movie ends with a note, a hope in all of the viewers' mind that there will be a third part for this movie. While this is not announced formally, there is some space, some angle left open by the director where he can take a next sequel for this movie. The plot of the story, or how the events unfold itself through the course, it's not something we have been used to seeing in any of the thriller movies. It's completely, breathtaking events. But the way Lalaten has delivered the character, Lalaten has delivered the story to us, it's commendable, guys. I should say that he has done a brilliant job over here. But then yes, this is the least what we expect from a complete actor like him. George Kuti was a common man when the story began. George Kuti is still a common man when the story ends. Lalaten has effortlessly delivered the character that we'll be glued to George Kuti throughout the entire movie. So for those who haven't watched the movie yet, I strongly recommend you guys to go and watch the movie. It's a brilliant work. It's a super duper family thriller movie, unlike what Jeethu Joseph had said before its release, that do not expect a thriller, it's just a family drama. Well, he was obviously fooling us all. It's a brilliant thriller movie from him. If you like this video, do give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section how you felt after watching the movie. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye-bye.